Hi, I'm Barbara Hansen. I'm a professor of internal medicine and pediatrics at the University of South Florida in Tampa. And my research has always been, almost always, in the field of obesity and type 2 diabetes, and began with feeding regulation. And so feeding regulation led to obesity, led to nutrition study section when I was a very junior faculty member, and then a whole career in obesity and nutrition research. So it's been a great, productive time. I've enjoyed every minute. I'm not really a card-carrying nutritionist. I got my degree in physiology and psychology at the University of Washington. And what intrigued me about the field of feeding regulation and obesity is the importance of understanding both the behavior and the physiology. One without the other didn't explain very well how obesity develops. So that was what brought me into the field, was the combination of both obesity and feeding regulation and nutrition and behavior. So it is a combination field, and nutrition's a combination field itself. So that's one of the excitements of it. Nutrition keeps evolving. It's not the same now. The dietary guidelines aren't the same now as they were 25 years ago, and we keep learning more.
If I were trying to, lose weight tomorrow, or just maintain my weight, what would be one thing you would
It's my very
recommend?
favorite question. My latest lecture at the University of Texas last week was entitled Obesity Prevention, the Bathroom Scale Model. And I have come to the conclusion over many years that people have a very difficult time estimating how many calories they have taken. Even I can't tell you how many calories are on a dinner plate. It's just impossible to be within 20%. But the bathroom scale model says if you get on a scale every day, the scale doesn't lie, and it really gives you feedback. And we did this with our non-human primates. Every week we weighed them. We increased their intake if they lost any weight, and we decreased their intake if they gained weight. And we kept them that way for 23 years. I called it calorie restriction, but it was really a weight clamp. It was allowing the amount of calories that kept the weight stable. And I personally think that that's the calorie approach that will work for humans, because humans can't estimate the number of calories they had today, let alone yesterday or the day before. But the scale gives a great feedback of how you're doing. So if you really want to prevent weight gain or actually reduce weight, I don't think there's anything better than that daily feedback and recording of it, of course, so that you can actually see whether you are in fact changing your total calorie intake. It's impossible to do it by saying I'm going to cut out my vegetables or I'm going to cut out my desserts. That's never going to achieve either weight loss or weight stability. Well, first of all, it's very exciting. I'm very pleased to have this recognition, especially from a group that I've been involved in for many years. I was the first PhD president of ASN and the first woman president of ASN, because prior to me it had been an MD-only group and a mostly male group. And I'm happy to say that we have a very beautiful distribution of degrees and sexes, of course, and disciplines in the ASN. So for me, it's the interdisciplinary nature of the society that I love, and I appreciate the recognition of being a fellow. It's great.